See everybody talking like they doing what we doing, but these brothers is rare and they ain't moving like we moving. And everywhere we go, when we walking, women choosing. Don't hate, wow. It's alright, yeah. So don't hate, wow. It's alright, yeah. So don't hate, wow. It's
real bosses are nerds. Real bosses about that action. When they speak, it's a verb. I'm a grown up with
Yo.
Hey. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday yet, fellas?
It is.
What's the good word? What's the good word?
Yeah. Blessed and highly favored is the good word. My good brothers.
Yeah.
My beautiful black kings. How are y'all doing?
Man, I'm platinum.
You are
not platinum.
Okay, all right. Okay.
That's a new one right there.
We love that. We love the self-assurance and the self-confidence.
Listen, I need to say my boy Butler right now. He look like he got his good shoes on. I can't even see him. He looked like he got his good shoes on. Listen, ladies, if you have not hopped in Butler DM, it's too late. It is too late. He is leveled up now. He is leveled up.
If y'all knew how wild he sound right now, this is wild. Like, where this come from? I'm just sitting here like,
hey man, I missed you, man. I missed you.
Hey man, and then
Butler.
No, and then so you be saying ambiguous things like that it's too late. They're gonna be like, oh, he got somebody. No, man.
No, I just said you leveled up. I'm just saying, look at you. You got the vest on.
He looking real dapper. Looking real dapper. Okay.
Yeah. Well, right now.
You know, I was coming from somewhere, and I had to get on. Got to get here for my peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Our viewers couldn't be late, so wasn't no changing.
You look like you got Keith Sweat on the playlist right now.
I appreciate it. You look like you got an 800 credit score.
Come on, 800 credit. Let me listen here. I just want to ride.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is y'all do know that I sit on the advisory board of a financial literacy nonprofit.
You better talk about it.
I'm just saying. I cannot confirm or deny that. You know? See, I hate that you said that because somebody come in my damn DMs because on the based on the fact that I have an 800 credit score.
I'm gonna send them.
I mean, that's like that's top of the list husband material right there.
I'm gonna send them. I'm be like, I need you to go.
Ladies, if you're watching, and you're looking for
my boat
good man.
Here's the deal: regardless if I have an 800 credit score or not, I would want someone who would want me if I had a 500 credit score, with the desire to say, okay, we can work together and get to an 800 credit score. I'm just gonna say those numbers are not foreign to me.
But this is my point.
But I have dropped out of an 800 because of who I was with. So I've learned who you with matter. Because if you're worried about it and you want to come because I have that and you ain't ready to put in the work to get to there, we're not.
I'm just letting them know. Listen, I'm just letting them know if they hadn't hopped in already, if they were still sitting there at the free throw line spinning the ball, they ain't shot they shot, they might be in trouble, man. My boys over here, you know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna put
looking like he's smelling good too. Like he got some good cologne on.
Hey, this the game right here. You know how you know when you leveling up? Like when he got on 3 pieces and none of them look like they came together. He looked like he went and got the shirt. Then he went like he got the vest. Like they was on opposite ends of the closet. Like, you know what? Let me get that. Spun around.
Yeah.
Looked at the shoes. Let me get this. He said, you know what? Now that I got it all, this tie.
If he mentioned that again, man, I'm gonna push back and throw my foot up just to let him know. I coordinated. You know what I'm saying?
You say I coordinated? We put some effort.
You got the mushroom belt on. You got the mushroom belt on. Come on with it.
I ain't even gonna open up the inside of the vest. Y'all'll go wild. But
Come
anyway.
on. Hey,
Listen,
you
listen,
funny for that, my dude.
listen. You gonna have the ladies all in your DMs by the end of the show.
Oh, see, and
Look,
all I want is a gift card for throwing in the mention. I'm the one who
what's
told him to
going
go
on?
there.
hey, Danielle C said
Ain't that
800
that's the
score
credit lady?
credit
That's the
See,
credit
lady.
lady
credit
right
lady.
there. Look at that. I got her.
Uh-huh.
She said 800. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up. Not the Ray J.
Talking
Wait
my
a
language.
minute.
Talking my
Wait a
language.
minute.
In
What's
it.
going on, credit lady?
Yeah.
Credit lady.
You
She
and
said,
you
you
and your
talking her language.
you and your jingle.
Mm-hmm. Man, fellas, what a week it's been. What a week it's been. It's been a very interesting week in the world with all the things that are going on. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news or social media at
I'm
all.
hiding.
No, I just wait
Hiding
till
on.
Wednesday and come on here.
I'm hiding
You
on
know,
purpose.
have you guys saw our former president on the black, what is it, the black journalist debate? I don't know. There was some type of
Oh,
black journalist interview going on where he was on there being interviewed by a bunch of black journalists, and they were asking him some hard-hitting questions about his policy and the things he has talked about and said about black people, the names he has called people of color, asked him about DEI, what he think that means, how he feels about it. Very, very tough questions for Mr. Trump to answer, and he was having a very difficult time doing that. And it was very interesting. So
Hey, so
whenever y'all get a chance.
can I say something real quick? All
Mm-hmm.
right, so listen, I just pulled this up. This is from CBS News, right? It talks
Okay.
about Trump sparring with journalists. And it
Yes.
says this is it looks like this is what one of the journalists said. I'm looking for her name, but I don't see it. But this is from CBS Chicago AP. So it says you have used words like animal and rabbit to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they asked are, quote, stupid and racist. It looks like the journalist's name was, Rachel Scott. Rachel Scott.
Okay.
It says, why should black voters trust you after you use language like that? He said, I don't think I've ever been asked a question in such a horrible manner. First question, Trump said in response, you don't even say hello. How are you?
So Trump is referring to the journalist that asked the question, said, you don't even say hello, how are you before you ask me such a horrible question.
Hey,
Basically.
he said, I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country. Trump, in a post on his Truth Social network, claimed that the venue speaker equipment was not working properly. Don't blame me for being late, Trump posted. So, a couple of things. 'Cause there's more to this article. I'm gonna slap this in so y'all can see it, take a look at it. But I think the problem with this whole kind of situation is that he now has to see, he has to go swim in waters he didn't have to swim in before. You know, when you was just you versus Biden, I don't know if you necessarily have to I don't know if you have to go and even attend certain things like that because of the fact that when it's just you and Biden, you guys are pretty much trying to win over the same kind of core people. And now with, Kamala coming out and running for president, you really got to be in your diverse bag.
Man, it's a real big disadvantage because that aspect you just mentioned, and then the gender aspect of it too.
Exactly. And we're dealing with a man that is a known womanizer and misogynist.
Yeah.
And the fact that she
But it
is
didn't
highly
matter.
educated and she is Black. Oh, and he made some very interesting comments. I don't know if you also see that in that article,
Same
Scott,
article? Nope, not yet.
where
I get to it.
he made a statement that he was asked a question about Kamala and her being Black, being the first Black female president, running for president. And he made a comment, well, I've known of her, not directly, but indirectly for a long time. And I didn't know that she claimed herself as Black. I thought that she only claimed herself as Indian. All of a sudden, these last couple of years, now she's saying she's Black. And, the journalist had to let him know, like, well, I'm not sure where you got that from. She's always, been Black. She went to an HBCU.
She's an AKA.
She's an
prominent
AKA.
member of a Black Greek organization.
And so it's this, like you say, he's in waters that he has not ever swum in before.
No,
and he is really trying to figure out how to do this. He can't.
It's unfigureoutable.
Yeah, it's unfigureoutable.
These are this. Here's the deal. It was a really strategic chess move by the Democratic Party to make that adjustment. Like, it was such good play. I was just kind of like, ooh, it was like a good football hit or something like that, or last minute shot in the champion. I was like, okay, they coming through. So I hadn't been really interested in the debates because they get ridiculous. You know what I mean? I can't even intellectually engage in them because they're really not about their policies and the real concern about the issues that are prevalent in our country, right? And so, but now, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. Not because I just want to see the dynamic of it, because she's sharp and she's astute.
It's an unfair advantage that she has, to the point where he is avoiding him. Like, he is actually putting off the debates. He's dancing around the commitment that he made regarding the debates, and if he was actually going to, engage and take part of them. He is afraid, and he does not have an answer for her because, again, he's never had to truly fight someone who is at her level. Intellectually, the fact that she connects with people the way that he cannot. A group of people that is looking for somebody that they can vote on and put their belief into. Yeah,
and it's just interesting to see if it comes down to a numbers game, and plus the structure of the presidential race is set up where the delegates really get to choose.
Yeah.
Or what is it called? The electoral, excuse me.
The electoral party.
College. And here's the thing. Here's an interesting note about that. Yeah, you can win the popular vote in a state, but that's why the electoral college and the number of delegates you have for each state matter so much. Because the one caveat is that typically, if a candidate wins the popular vote and has the majority of the popular vote, they will go with that. They'll say, okay, when we cast in our vote, we will go with what the popular vote was for our state. But the caveat is they're not obligated and they do not have to. So it'll be interesting to see, because Trump has been a part of some of the most unprecedented things that we talk about in theory but never seen in action. And he's like, no, hold my beer, and has really put it into action. Like, we really had a real attempt at insurrection.
Hey, I got a question.
Of our government in our day, in the 20s.
Hey, doesn't the electoral college had to do with like the fact of like slavery and 3/5 of a man and all that stuff, right?
I hadn't read any, but you may be right. I can't speak to it.
So to my knowledge, and we can definitely, I can be corrected on this. I believe that essentially in smaller states where Shawan, you gotta turn your mic off while you type. In smaller states where like the slave masters gave more money had more power, they wanted their vote to mean more because of how much of the technical population that they
Oh
had
yeah,
under
you're
their
talking about
belt.
at
Okay.
the formulation of how many electoral votes you got
For
for
each
your
state,
state.
right?
Yeah,
That
that
had
was
to,
that had some. Yes, you're correct.
because my question is, and I never even thought about this, but if we don't have slavery no more, why we still got the electoral college?
Man, there's a lot of. I'll tell you, Knox. Me and you've had
No,
this
no.
conversation about this.
Have we had this one?
No, not about this
Oh,
particularly, but I'm gonna reference a thing that's
okay,
applicable.
okay,
There, because we're talking about laws and rules and structure and design, right? There, when it comes to you say, well, why do we still need that? Just like laws, there are laws that are on the books and are active and have to be upheld, right?
okay,
Like if your cow gets outside the fence, then there was a certain level of punishment. Things that are silly, but that are applicable to that day and time. You know what I mean? That might not even be the best example because people still have
I mean,
farms and still have fences
I
and things
understand
can
that
get out.
thing. I understand things change,
Like
and they adjust.
if
But I'm just saying, like, all in all,
like
it
if your
shocks me.
chicken, if your rooster gets your neighbor's chicken pregnant, then they get in trouble and they get your rooster and stuff. Those were on the books, but that was because it was a more rural and
Right,
agricultural time.
right,
But they're still on the books. But as things change, they should be changed. That's why you have to. I was saying all that to get to the comment that you have to look at the spirit of the law and not always the letter of the law, because the law was put in place for a time period or for particular reasons, and as time has went on, it's not even applicable anymore. But if
right,
some people say, but that's the law. Yeah, but the spirit of the law was to either enhance a thing, protect a thing, but it's not applicable anymore, so you
right,
need to. So I don't give a damn about the letter of the law. What is the spirit of the law? and
right.
and,
And
and
Mm.
focus on
and the
that. But go
spirit of the
ahead.
law was to give those smaller states that were less populated but had more spending power a
And now
way to have more power, right?
the population has changed. The
Because I'm
the
saying
the there's a lot of
I don't understand
That's
how,
why Iowa, we like Iowa. They ain't involved in nothing,
and they don't. It's not
but
even a whole
but
lot of
they
anything
or
out there.
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania's,
but they have
but
a
they have a large
very
population though, right? I'm sure not as big as New York, but you know what I
see
mean?
at
Because
one
New York City
at
and New
one
York
point.
State though are.
That's what I'm saying. The population has changed all over the world, definitely all over the country. To keep it in
Do you
context, there are topics,
do
but
you think if Trump knew Biden was going to jump out, he would have changed his vice president pick?
Absolutely.
I don't think so. Oh, it's
I think
vice
he would have.
president pick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he would
you
have.
think he would have gone with somebody with more diversity?
I think so.
Because I think to go get somebody who used to be against you is weird on any level. Now, I will say
Yeah, he might have picked that brother.
Biden, I know Biden,
He'd have picked that brother. Yeah.
which brother? The Scott brother? What's his
Yeah.
name? The Scott dude?
It was only one. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, there was some other ones, but he was the only one that was even. He was like, because he was like, from Florida, I believe. He was like,
Right.
I want to be that. I'm going to say what I got to say, do what I got to do, be what I
And
got to
that's
be
it.
to be that. He was
Right.
going to do it, and I think if he'd have known that beforehand,
He
it
would
would
have
have been
adjusted.
it would have been the thing he had to do, whether he wanted to or not, just to try to get. You got to have some type of fighting chance. Then you could take the ethnicity advantage off of the court, at least. Not the gender part, but at
Right.
least the gender, the ethnic portion of it.
What you
And
think, Shawan? What you think he did something different?
I think he would have did something different. I think that he went with who he went with, um, off the strength of him being from a state that I feel like is a red state that is all about Trump. I think he thought it was going to be just easy because he was young. He was somebody new into politics that people could learn to grow. I feel like it was a strategy behind it. I really don't understand it completely because I just think that the guy is an odd pick. He's an odd guy in general, as I've been listening to his politics and what he's about. He
Okay.
seems like a very odd guy. But another reason why I think that he may have picked him is because this guy's wife is actually Indian. She's
Okay.
actually Indian. Yeah.
That's a great point. And it
Mhm.
really would have been, yeah.
And I think that he was using that as a caveat to be like, oh, minorities, look at this.
Oh,
He
so
has a
they're
wife that is Indian. Yeah.
they're going to push that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
get ready
Yeah.
for it. You'll
And
hear about
so,
that a lot.
mm-hmm.
So if
And
anybody brings
I
it
think
up,
that,
that's what they're going to do.
Going to get the guy with the Indian wife beat the woman who's half black and half Indian?
No,
when he was
we're not
going against
saying they're
Biden,
beating.
when he was going against Biden, it did. Because
Okay.
Biden
Great sauce.
is
That was really good sauce
is
right there.
is
Great job.
ailing in age. We know that he is not competent to
Right.
run the country. We knew that.
Right.
And so he felt like, oh, okay, yeah, this is easy work. This is lightweight. We gonna win this. This is easy. And up until the point where Biden dropped out, I was literally saying, like, yeah, Trump's gonna be president. Like, he's gonna win. This is gonna be a landslide. This is gonna be insane.
I think Biden was hard to watch.
He was hard to watch.
And here's the thing about Biden. I've been skeptical of Biden since Obama. I know Biden says some really, really rough racial things.
Oh, his policies back in the day, very, very.
even with integration of schools, he says some pretty harsh stuff about black people and stuff like that. So I'm not here to just be like, hey, but I mean, if a guy can go from talking crazy about black people to being a black dude vice president, I guess JD Vance can go from talking crazy about Trump
to being Trump's vice president. I guess so.
Right hand man, right?
Yeah.
I always say this: the thing you got to be weary of is when a guy has a fan base. I think because Trump has a base, he has a solid percentage of people that are going to go out and hold him down. Now, he also has a certain percentage of people that are going to go out and vote against him, right?
Yes.
Like they are just like, nah.
Yeah, this is not it's not going to be this middle of the road. I don't really know. The line is really
the line is very defined. It's a very defined line.
We will find out a lot about our country through this process. If nothing else.
We will.
Do you think Kamala will? I know you want to jump to the comments.
Yeah,
I just want to ask this question, or pull them up. Just pull them up as I ask this question. You can read them. But do you think?
Good evening, Darnell. Good evening. Welcome.
The Playmaker. Listen, when you got a name like the Playmaker in quotes, the rest of your name don't even matter. You can just say the Playmaker. The Playmaker. What up, dog?
You just gotta be like, hey, the Playmaker.
That's it. What up, dog?
Welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here. What else we got? Oh, Pastor Short, what's going on?
Hello. Good evening. You late? You're not late. You always on time, Pastor.
Yeah,
you always on time.
I think you kind of know the topic now. We're talking about them people.
Can you dig it?
Yes.
What else we
got?
The
Playmaker back. He said, I haven't been keeping up. All honesty, been watching the Olympics. Oh, that's the Olympics been real.
I be trying to watch the Olympics, but I can't watch stuff I don't know nothing about. I feel like they commentators. I'm serious. Like, you know how when you watch, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I tried to watch wrestling, like the qualifying stuff, like the wrestling matches.
Right.
During the summer, ain't nothing else on. I'm in the gym. It's on the TV. I can't understand it. Like, I don't understand what qualifies winning, why they stop them and make them reset and go to different. Like, I don't get none of that.
Man, Google it.
No, but here's my point. You got commentators. Explain it. What are the commentators doing? When I watch basketball, commentators, they got a color commentator, the guy who talks about all the extra stuff, and then you got the guy
who
as a
football
just gives
game,
you. That's my point.
You understand the game already. So, I mean,
no, that's not true. I'm telling you, I watch enough sports on television.
Okay.
I watch basketball, baseball, football. I watch enough sports on television to know There's a guy who describes the game for the novice, and there's a guy who describes, the game
for people who know.
for people who
Okay.
know. And I
That's a
feel
good.
like I feel
I
like
never
the
looked into
Olympics
it.
don't be like when I'm watching and they're just telling me this, like, oh yep, he's up another point, and I'm like, but you didn't even tell me how he got it. I don't know how he got the first point. How he up another one? How he get this one? How he get the last one?
Man,
Why
context. I'm for the context clues. Okay,
You know what?
He
We
drove
gon-
him. He
Keep
drove him
on.
out of the
Keep
circle.
on.
Then they
Keep
said
on.
something about a point. If they do
You
that
know what?
down the road,
I
I know.
can't
Okay,
wait.
if you get knocked out of the circle,
Next
then
time we
that's a
hang
point.
out, I'ma find us something to watch, and I'll be like,
Here's the
explain,
thing too.
explain it.
But
explain,
here's the
Lucy.
thing too.
Explain it.
This
Right.
is the
Explain,
Olympics.
Lucy.
But then here's the thing too. This is the Olympics. So it's I think it's kind of like type of thing in a sense where if you're
No,
watching
they got
this, you understand these sports, you know what's going on, you know what you're watching type of thing.
and
I feel like
it's cultural. You know what I mean? So because that's
Man.
why some people are really good at things that's a part of their culture. Go ahead, Adrian.
Ryan. Welcome, Ryan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's
Sorry
up,
I'm
man?
late. Just coming from a recording. You're always
Okay.
welcome. You never late here, okay? We appreciate when you get here, all right?
Yeah, we kind of it's
Even
kind of
when you get-
political, but we'll probably pivot here in a second. But go ahead.
All right. The playmaker said Scott is referring to the play-by-play commentator.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where's the play-by-play? I will tell you though, seeing Snoop involved in the
Oh,
Olympics
yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
heartwarming.
That's been interesting.
Yes, it
It's
is.
heartwarming.
It is.
It's heartwarming.
And he's kept it Snoop too.
Yeah, he's a national treasure, y'all.
You know who are, I'm gonna tell you two people that I really enjoy, like together, right? Like I enjoy when I see Snoop and Martha Stewart. It warms my heart because one of them beat their case and the other one didn't. But it's not who you. But it's not who you think.
Yeah, be like which one of these? Which one?
One
of
is
these
a felon, the
individuals
other
have a
one not.
felony?
Can you point out the felon?
Right,
Nobody's gonna point at Martha. And Martha is
That's
felonious.
Yes.
Felonious. I've been watching Game of Thrones. I'm hooked. I've been watching Game of Thrones. Okay,
Oh, man.
Snoop and my other one, right? They should have involved Marshawn Lynch. We needed to have Marshawn Lynch I need Marshawn at the Olympics in 4 years. Listen, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Need to be at the Olympics.
Guy though,
listen,
because anytime I see him commentating or doing anything, it's so enjoyable. I'm telling you, yes, it really, really is. It really is.
One where they was out in the wilderness.
That was
bro. He was going after the hog,
bro. He said, "Say, man, you finna." Oh, hell no, man.
What's funny was he's like, it didn't look that big from up there. Like, I'm not. No,
he keeps it
not
100.
going down there.
And you can see Bears was like, "No, you like I'm not going." He's like, he looking at looking at the production like he really not gonna go. Marshawn was like, "No, man."
No.
See, look, not Marshawn. You can hear it though.
You can.
Marshawn need to be at the Olympics.
Man, he won't, bro. The fines they would collect, and he said, and think about it.
Marshawn is gonna behave.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you because he's not palpable for all audience, and the Olympics is a really all audience thing.
If Snoop is,
that's just he's good. I'm good.
That's true. I mean, it's Snoop Dogg though.
No, I tell you what, Marshawn he more let me see. He less commercial than Snoop. Snoop didn't crossed over in so many ways. Man.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. He has a more aggressive, more harder.
Even the
image,
the image that's rough, and I know it's in the core. Snoop can switch it up because it's in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's unique. He's walked the line and done the things at the right time and moment where he can be ingested by the masses.
Yeah.
Even across the world. Whereas Marshawn, man, you got to be in the United States to appreciate somebody else would be.
I think that with the right training and teaching and etiquette, that Marshawn can definitely cross over. But I think another thing that helps Snoop too is that he's also a family man. You know, like we know his family. We know like he has, you know, he's a granddad now. He has grandkids. And I think that also helps with his image as well. I don't know if Marshawn is married or what his, you know, family life is like this is America and it's all about family, you know.
Snoop has had a couple of, he's had at least a decade to be able to, you know, have a rough patch and kind of get everybody accustomed to his. Marshawn, no, he hadn't had that exposure. You have to appreciate the game. You have to appreciate his story, which was not widely publicized as Snoop's ass. You know what I mean?
But in fairness, though, right?
Fairness. What is that?
No, listen what I'm saying.
There ain't no fairness.
They are
fairness don't exist.
They're doing commentary for American sports, though, right? So it's not like they're doing it for global sports. I'm telling you, America.
Told y'all he only there
BET.
So he don't get fined.
Hey, y'all, BET, in 4 years, send Marshawn. Please, pretty please, cover the Olympics, BET. Send Marshawn. Pretty please.
Hey, Alexis.
Because they don't have to. Okay, yeah, let's do the comments. Let's catch up with our peoples.
Hey, Alexis. How you doing, girly?
My bird right there.
What up, niece? What up, niecey
One of my favorite people in the world.
What up, niecey poo?
The playmaker says Snoop Dogg is living his best life in Paris. He absolutely is.
Oh man!
Hey, I was tripping, y'all. Did y'all see that video that I sent y'all? And he had the gold shoes on, and I thought they was the Trump ones. Oh,
yeah, I saw that. I did.
All right. They were not.
I blew it up to make. I was like,
no, yeah, they were not. But I was like, oh,
they couldn't pay him enough to put them on. He got enough. He got enough money to.
Remember, he did the F Trump song. He did the F Trump.
Yeah,
song.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Say, did y'all see
anyone but Antonio Brown? Baby, no.
That would be
Hey man, y'all don't be disrespecting Donda like that. That's the Donda. That's the Donda dude. He like the Donda sports management. Don't be disrespecting Kanye and Donda like that. There will be no Donda slander here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's slander.
Definitely not Antonio Clown.
He didn't went too damn far. And I fought for him hard. And then he would just go out. I'm like,
you fought for who? Kanye?
No, Antonio Brown, man. I understand, but I'm like, bro, there is a limit to things. You can't be insulated in what your distaste is. You don't have to agree with other people's distaste, but you're in a team-oriented thing. Can't just be you. It just can't. Because that's what I mean by fair doesn't exist, man. Everybody's reality is real to them. So at least have enough scruples to say, okay, I can do this in my world, but if I'm in your world, I can't do those things.
The only problem with Antonio Brown is he's not somebody who like when he on television and he talk, like it's not enjoyable. Like he talk like a Lord of the Rings master or something. Like his voice hard to hear. It's weird. And listen,
he's just not
before
great personality either. Like he's just not a.
I know it's not.
Person.
Yeah.
I gotta say something.
Appealing. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that has dyed a blonde mustache that y'all have known of? Is there another brother?
What's the next comment?
Dennis Rodman? Dennis Rodman?
He didn't have a mustache.
He didn't do that.
Oh, he just the hair?
Hey, first of all, the worm is a national treasure. I ain't gonna let you disrespect the worm like that.
What you talking about? That boy went over there and got some people from
the worm is a national treasure.
I ain't disrespected
it wasn't disrespecting. We were just explaining that he didn't do his mustache.
I seen Shawan's face when she said Dennis Rodman. I seen all the disrespect in that face.
Respect Dennis Rodman. What did you see, sir?
Yeah, okay,
one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
What did you see, sir?
Yeah.
Would you like a fake Newton?
From a sports standpoint, he one of the best that ever did it. Now,
yes.
Some of his choices.
We talking about Antonio Brown or Dennis Rodman?
No, Dennis Rodman. I'm not talking about
Is Antonio Brown not one of the best to ever do it? Football guy?
No.
What?
No.
Butler, hold on. Butler, you are the football aficionado.
Yes. What do you think?
Authority. He's not one of the best.
He's not one of the best to do it because there's a criteria that's missing in what what it is.
What criteria is that?
Now, this is my criteria. Okay,
I'm asking.
Now, other people in the United States of Eric Butler, he is not one of the best of all time. He was an excellent and great receiver. He wasn't average. He was great, and I don't say great lightly.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you're long. Like he should have played more. He could have had even more impact. And
so should have Barry Sanders.
So listen, to me, greatness impacts other people. He was a great player, but he will never get the moniker of greatness.
Yeah, I agree with that, Eric. I do.
Y'all are disrespectful to the
No,
game.
we're not. This is our opinion.
And the numbers are not that. These are numbers. His
number is not always everything, though. I think we've had this discussion before about the numbers.
Like I said before, letter of the law, spirit of the law. You cannot make me not make my criteria include the spirit of the law. I respect the fact that you look at the letter of the law, i.e. numbers, but I look at the spirit of the law.
Thank you. Yes.
So you like things that pacify them.
I do things that electrify them.
Quote in quotes. That's what boy Cole Johnson would say. Cool.
The playmaker says flag football becomes an Olympic sport in 2028.
Say, man, are you serious?
Yeah, y'all didn't know that? How you didn't know that, brother?
No, it's competitive. I like it. I mean, they're gonna have arena. I'm sure
Roger Goodell cut a check.
They could really pull off Olympics in arena football. They could pull that off because it's not as big as a NFL team. It don't take 22 to make a team or 11.
Yeah, arena football. You still got to technically discriminate women. Flag football allows you not to discriminate.
No, you can have a female league.
Isn't there a arena football?
Remember, Olympics are global.
No,
remember, Olympics are global. I don't think women are playing tackle football in other countries.
Listen,
I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm not.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I don't think that women are going. Oh, let's go play 7-on-7. Like they're not doing that in other countries because soccer's the global sport.
You're right. Because they still identify themselves as women. They recognize the differences between what has been called men and women, and they adhere to that.
And everywhere is not in a rush to do something just because you could do it, right? Like some places are like, look,
the Trump ones.
After Trump won.
Listen, my birthday just passed, and neither one of y'all got me none. That's how I know y'all don't love me. I just knew y'all was gonna send me the Trump ones to all go. Listen, I told my brother
I said it's too far. It's too far. Knox, there's things that I don't put limits on you, but you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't wear my Trump. Listen, let me tell you how I wear them. I would wear Trump ones. I'm gonna tell you. I gotta tell you.
How gonna make me get off the camera?
I need you to see this. I need you to see this. I need you to see this. I need you to see this.
I feel like you're trolling me right now. I don't want to do it.
So I think that
Knox, you'll really wear them shoes, man.
No, listen. Let me tell you how I wear them. I wear the Trump ones if I need the ones where he got his fist up, where the blood is coming down.
I know what you're talking about.
Then the bottoms got to be red. If the nose bleed down to the red bottoms, I might have to have me a pair.
Oh my goodness!
The nosebleed Trump ones.
Absolutely not.
Ear bleed.
The ear bleed.
The ear bled Trump ones. Ear bled. The ear bled.
Ear bled.
Ear bled. Ear bled Trump ones. Ear bled.
The EB ones.
Oh man, y'all is crazy. Y'all know that, y'all. No, there is no way.
The TEB ones.
Hey, Niecy Pooh, it's not too late if you want to go ahead and take care of Unc. Red bottoms, ear blades. I need the red bottom ear blades.
Man, how you gonna get them people that idea? Them shoes gonna show up somewhere, and you ain't.
Listen, I just need the people to send me a pair. Send me a pair.
No, absolutely not. We are not.
Send me a pair. I'm sure I can go somewhere with them. Stockyards.
He just
you want to go stockyards?
Because
we go to Shake Shack in the stockyards.
On the back end, Knox would do a lot. because he don't. You know, a lot of people say they don't care what other people think. Not really.
I really
Does
don't
not
care
care what other people think.
That's
So
very true. That's not true, Butler. I care.
no, you know what I mean. No, they know what. Keep it in context. They know what I mean. You know, he's not a heartless, unconsiderate individual, but that is a very personal. Like, and when it comes to those personal preferences, it is not going to impact anyone else in a negative way, like harm you, mess with your money, mess with your life. But he's like, I think this would be interesting. He really wants to see the response. He really wants to. He is definitely a connoisseur of like understanding social dynamics, and he will do the thing it takes to get that lesson plan. That's all I'm saying. He's going to get that information and that data so he can utilize it. It's a great tool, but it definitely makes me cringe. It's just things I don't even want to be connected. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ryan says AB was talented on the field, but his behavior off the field gives pause. His persona non grata in upstate New York. Absolutely. It's the off the field, because when the off the field starts to interfere with your actual career and your on the field play, it kind of diminishes what you're actually doing and how you're performing and how people look at you and the seriousness.
And if you followed the game, you would know that his on the field antics that weren't publicized. Impacted the teams that he was on.
They did.
For me, and the data and the knowledge that I have, and I don't have it all, I wasn't with him every day, but those things take away from me saying he was one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Period.
I will say this.
Ryan.
I will say this. When it comes to sports, when it just comes to sports, right? If we ain't talking like PEDs and nothing like that, I don't judge. I don't bring character into sports, right? Because I think that to do certain things, right? Like to be a football player to a certain level,
don't have nothing to do with what you did outside of the game.
No, I'm just saying something got to be wrong with you. I know that might not. Listen, what I'm saying to you, Butler. Listen,
say that again.
No, listen, what I'm saying to you, and I mean this, right? Like, and I'm a coach, but what I'm saying is when you have, and not in a negative way, right? But when you are wired to be a top tier athlete, most of those people don't operate in a normal space. They are elite. They're top tier athletes. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you are a top tier athlete, especially wide receivers, from my understanding, wide receivers are generally the divas of the football field, right? They're the guys who are me. Keyshawn Johnson, give me the ball. Randy Moss, diva. Antonio Brown, diva. Like, these are dudes who at every step. Randy Moss, and Butler, talent equals tolerance on any level at any sport. So yes,
in any facet of life. Go ahead.
Any facet of life. Thank you. So all I'm saying is, like, don't get me wrong. I know that AB once the cat was out of the bag, nobody could get it back in, and he ended up, retiring from football prematurely. But them first, whatever they was,
he retired, but he would nobody.
Nah, but it was prematurely. He still had gas in the tank for sure.
I'm saying, not him retiring, though he was literally blackballed. Nobody. He
but
wanted
that's
to
my
go
point. But that's my point. Him retiring prematurely, right, is due to his actions.
I think, the reason I'm saying that is because I'm just differentiating the fact that retiring is like you made a choice. You could have kept playing. You had the ability and the opportunity.
He did make a choice. He chose to act up, and that got him blackballed. He chose to act up. That last straw,
right? But that ain't how I was landing when you said it at first.
No shirt on, waving at the crowd.
So hold on, just to respond to your assessment of wide receivers, and you're saying like elite athletes, because the way that you said it sounds like you're in a different space when you're an elite athlete, right?
Yeah.
And you said especially wide receivers, they are called the divas.
They're the divas.
No, now this is the thing. I would disagree.
That wide receivers are called divas?
No, not that they're called divas, that they are actually divas. The reason, and now this is why I'm going to say that. And I'm going to use in part, this is just some of my opinion, And then a part of this is from my experience. Okay.
Mhm.
So think about what a receiver. So think about the structure of a game. What's the for a receiver? This is why I focused on defense. And even though I had scholarships to go play offense, I didn't want to, because my success is predicated on someone else being able to do their job elitely. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And I didn't like that. On defense, I am the captain of my ship. You see what I'm saying? And so receivers, they're seen that way because many times if I'm getting open, I'm running routes hard, and the quarterback is not like he tricking it off, not looking,
Yeah.
not going through his progressions. Or and then also if it ain't the quarter, what if the quarterback just don't have a really good arm? And that's who we got. And then if the linemen are not giving the quarterback an opportunity to
Butler,
set up
all
and
that sounds
no,
great.
hold on, let me unpack my wagon, bro. You unpack yours. I just want to leave mine on next to yours, and then we'll let the people pick the one they like. So anyway, the reason they seem like divas is because if they don't say anything, nothing will happen. So you're going to be seen that way as a diva, because I would be upset too. I would get angry. You seen running backs be like, man, why they ain't give me the ball? Marshawn in the Super Bowl, somebody else predicated what the coach called a certain play. We knew he should have got the ball. And even though everyone else knew he was getting the ball, he still would have scored because he's Marshawn Lynch. You see what I'm saying? So those, when they get to seeing the complaining, I don't see it as them being divas. They're really just like, damn it, I'm out here doing a job. I can't do anything unless I get the ball. So you're going to say something, and it's caught on camera, and everybody who don't do what they do, haven't done what they're done, don't go through what they go through, haven't experienced what they've experienced, tags them as divas. And it makes me laugh because it's like armchair quarterbacks. Man, I would have done, you wouldn't have done nothing. And that's it. I digress.
So here's my 2 quick points on why I disagree with you. Quarterbacks are the highest paid people in football. Wide receivers are second.
What that got to do with anything?
There's a reason. If they're so dependent, like you said, why are they the second highest paid? Because one hand washes the other. You can be a great quarterback. No, we're not.
We saying the same thing.
We're not. This is why I'm saying it, because you said as the captain of the defense, that's your ship, right? But what I'm saying is with wide receivers
of me, like if I'm bro, this is my point. I'm on defense.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. Like as a team, if somebody doesn't do what they do, we get scored on. But nobody can stop me from making tackles. Right. Nobody can stop me from intercepting the ball.
Okay.
Like they got to do this thing for me to move quickly, go up and grab the ball, or get myself in position. I have more control in those circumstances. Where as a receiver, you can run the perfect route, get open, and the quarterback throw that joker out of bounds or can't get it to you.
Yeah, but we know the best receivers are open even when they're not.
If you missing the mark on what I just said, I can't explain no difference.
No. But what I'm saying is,
I just said
wide
receivers run the best route. He can be wide open, and the quarterback throw the ball wrong.
Wide receivers
he can't dictate that
because of actions, antics. Generally, that's why wide receivers get the term diva. Right? I get to celebrate on first downs. There are more touchdowns thrown than touchdowns ran in. Right? So there are more wide receivers dancing in the end zone than anybody else.
Well, that's just my short point. As a receiver, there are too many other. I'd say there's too many other touch points for you to really be and do what you would like to do. You got to go to the right team, who's running the right offense, who has a great offensive line.
It's definitely a dependent position that we are not arguing.
That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is the wide receivers are generally, right? Like if you see an offensive player on a sideline getting mad, it ain't normally a running back. It's a wide receiver. Yeah, I'm saying over the years of watching football, when I've seen interactions
So you said he shouldn't. So let's get to this point. So a wide receiver shouldn't be frustrated or mad?
No, but what I'm saying is normally when you see these interactions on the bench, it's the wide receivers. Those are the guys who are upset. I haven't got the ball. Keyshawn Johnson wrote a book called Give Me the Damn Ball.
Bluetooth connected.
I mean, it don't get no more diva than that. You wrote a book called Give Me the Ball? When you know your Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, Keyshawn. Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because of the electricity of the position, because of the score, right? Like look at football right now. Look who's holding out more than anybody. Wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's one of them things where I'm not saying anything that has not been said. All I'm saying is the reason why they get that title is because of their antics in most cases, because they're more likely to.
So do you think the antics are wrong?
No. I as somebody who's in football, I ain't never played offense.
And the point I'm making is that the public who coined that, the journalists who coined that they're divas and all of that, I'm like, y'all don't know. Y'all just talking.
Well, I'm sure at one point, right, there weren't 500 cameras in the stadium and you wasn't able to watch everything at one time. You know what I'm saying? So now that you can see it, you got to.
My final point is, because somebody calls you something, that don't mean that's what you are.
I mean, I just think that normally, right? I think that in a normal case, if you have, I think an above average wide receiver is more likely than an above average quarterback. Would you agree?
Above average receiver is what? More likely?
More like there are more above average receivers in the NFL than above average quarterbacks. There are probably eight above average quarterbacks.
No, just by numbers alone. You know what I mean?
But that's my point, right? So, but what I'm saying is because of the fact that yes, quarterback is obviously that's why they get paid. They are the CEO of the offense, but everybody knows, right? When you have a true number one, that changes the dynamic of what most quarterbacks are able to do. Like there are a handful of quarterbacks, like there are a handful of quarterbacks that I would say maybe never had true number ones or, great number one and a good number two that have had Hall of Fame careers. But in most cases, most Hall of Fame quarterbacks got Hall of Fame receivers. In most cases. Like I find it hard to believe that there are a ton of Hall of Fame quarterbacks that didn't play with Hall of Fame dudes catching the ball.
No, you talked about pay, and pay doesn't always
equal to. You don't think that equals importance in football
or quality? No, because I don't give a damn. Yeah, or ability, or it doesn't mean that that's really the more vital position. Everybody think that's the case, but it's not. And not in my not from my angle. Not from the fruit that I see.
Are you judging football now or football when you played? Because I feel like the rules have changed so much now that it used to be like offense versus defense, and now it's like the offense has all these advantages and the defense is at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely correct in that.
Okay.
But you have outliers and you have information that can definitely dictate that. Because I'm looking at it, I just had the fortunate position that I played, at several different levels,
right,
and saw how the inner workings and what can dictate a thing or not. Right. So for example, I played with I played with two Doak Walker award winners, best running back in the country. I played with a back that rushed for over 2,000 yards in a season. I think that's been done by a handful of people.
Okay.
And then also I've played with a receiver who was a Playboy All-American, and their junior year probably could have went in the top 5 or 10 picks, but made a dumb move, came back, hurt his knee, and then just didn't go where it was supposed to.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So I've seen that, and you can tell what, like if you're on a team, if I in the running back that run for the 2,000 yard, and bless y'all heart if y'all watching, y'all come see me. I don't care. That line was not dominant. It was not a line like them lines that were at Nebraska. You know what I mean? You could tell it was the skill and ability of that running back
Right.
that he could generate the thing. Like him being him made the lineman's job easier. And the quarterback was not good. If I saw him today right now, I would tell him in his face, you were not good. Matter of fact,
Right.
I really just
you hindered us and you were a thorn.
I really just think with certain dudes, right? I think wide receivers get that diva thing because of their personalities, right? Like a lot of them are
That's what I'm saying.
showboaters. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like your Ocho Cincos, your Michael Irvins, like there were certain dudes who were showboaters. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where it comes from, more or less.
Yeah,
But I also think in those positions, though, like showboating is part of being a wide receiver. It's part of it. Yeah.
Well, it is now, right? But I mean, now it's to a point now where you
think about it, marketing, the money you get, if you make it right, like what's his name? Jefferson.
From the Vikings.
From the Minnesota Vikings. He do the gritty, he getting paid off of doing
But at the same time, though, right? His numbers. He got the best numbers since Antonio Brown.
Huh?
He got the best numbers since Antonio. I'm trying to tell y'all. He got the best numbers since Antonio Brown. Like the first 4 seasons or 5 seasons. I'm just telling y'all. Like I'm not even. And Antonio, that stretch, AB went on in Pittsburgh when he was like so many catches and he was smoking everybody in yards every year. But that's what I'm saying. Like he had a run.
Antonio Brown was I was like people. I like.
All right, guys. Guys. I love when y'all get into y'all football talk. Let's get into these comments.
Well, that was Knox did that. Sorry about that.
It's always me. It's always me.
Ryan says, yeah, you are.
Just cut us off. Ain't what happened.
I was into y'all conversation. I was like, okay. All right. But y'all know your brothers. Okay. Flag football will be an Olympic sport as well as lacrosse in 2028.
Did Jim Brown play lacrosse or something like that?
Yeah,
Jim Brown played lacrosse, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. He said he liked.
Can I introduce you to the women's rugby, which is similar to football?
I will say this: Have y'all watched the USA women's rugby team?
I have not.
Yes.
When you get a chance,
I will look it up.
When you get a chance, I think we played like Japan or somebody,
and
it was
mollywopped us.
It was real aggressive.
Really?
But that's my point, right?
I'm looking at the camera. I was like, why?
I'm gonna tell you,
it was embarrassing.
Butler.
Ooh.
See now, Butler, you played during Title IX, right? Was Title IX out when you played?
Yeah. Title IX been in since the 70s.
Since the 70s? Okay, so like you know what Title IX is, Shawan? I was going. Okay, good. So Title IX basically is that if there are no women's sports available on the high school level, essentially, or is it collegiate too?
No, it's collegiate.
Okay, so if there's not a sport available for women, then women are allowed to play the man sport. Right? So that's why you get like women who play football.
Is that what it is?
That's what Title IX is basically, essentially.
Or does it include?
Well, it includes that. But it's no discrimination.
Yes, because if you don't, because really, if you do have women teams and groups, they have to be allotted and given a certain amount of money, just like the men's sports. Even though the men's sports would generate the bulk of the money, they got to take that money and spread it out to all of the teams.
For sure, that it's all encompassed in that. Yes, anything that has to do with like
it was an equality move,
equality for women in sports.
Okay,
but basically the reason why I say that is,
but now they're talking about equity, but that's a whole nother story.
At the high school level, you know what I'm saying? Like if your daughter wants to play football, she can go play football because there's no women's football team.
I got one girl, she made it to college. She got a football scholarship.
The reason why I say that is I just think it's like the dream team with basketball. I just think our women will be a little bit further ahead than everybody else because we have been pushing them to be involved in whatever they want to be involved in for the longest. So I think flag football will give everybody a fairer chance, but not really.
Now we'll win that too.
Until
well,
until they start playing like half of the season in other countries and stuff like that.
They'll start, don't
because
they? Will
it's coming.
if they make it, they will make a focus on it. But anyway,
I could see the NFL doing like a full division over there, Butler.
I know.
So Alexa says, "Bye. I actually care about you, so I wouldn't do you like that, Unc." That's back to what she was talking about 20 minutes ago.
I need them red bottom Trump.
Ryan says, I play football and rugby. Rugby is more physically demanding, but also a lot of fun. Okay. Now, rugby is with a ball. Are y'all kicking the ball? Is it like
they kick the ball?
They kick the ball. They throw the ball. Oh, okay. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Okay. Yeah, I've seen it.
The black squad. The black.
You could definitely tell that's where
on YouTube.
Where football stole a lot of its stuff from and then built it from there. Like
rugby?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. I mean,
can I tell my rugby story?
Yeah, go ahead.
I never played.
We got a few minutes.
But I was this is probably my sophomore year in college. I was in economics course, and I really liked. I think he was from Australia, or he was from somewhere, and I liked my professor. Pretty cool dude. Probably he was a young dude, probably in his late 20s, early 30s. So a couple of weeks go on. Is this in the spring? So he comes to class. One day. He kind of got a black eye. His ear is kind of scarred up. And like his jaw was bruised. So and this is my sophomore year. I'm not in those freshman classes. So it was a niche class, so smaller, 20, 30 people, not those 300 plus type classes. Anyway, everybody, you hear the mumblings and people looking concerned, but we stuck to the topic and the subject and went through the class. Come back on a Wednesday. Okay, look like he's healing up. Come back on a Friday, man, looking that it was the other eye. What's going on? So then the next week come, and we just kind of people, and we talked about it after the class. Everybody like, did you see that? Okay. Man, he came the next week on that Monday. That man was beat up, right? Nobody was going to say something, but I'm me.
So you needed to know.
Excuse me. Mr. Matheson. Hey man, are you okay? Who tell me we all liked him as a professor, right? He made it interesting and he was a good teacher, educator. And I was like, man, I got you, man. Tell me what's going on. Are you in an abusive relationship? Somebody jumping. What's going on?
Not are you in an abusive relationship?
That man chuckled, man.
Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah, that man chuckled. Everybody was, and you could tell. That boy know, hey, but that's real. If you in trouble, that is
real. That's no laughing matter right there, for real.
Say, man. So he had to take about a good 5-10 minutes to kind of explain. He was on the intramural rugby team, and so that's why his ears was all jacked up, because when he would be in the scrum, and that's why his eye was black. I was like, say, man, you got to do something, because we didn't know. I said everybody was ready to ride out. Man, they were so glad I asked that, because they all was like, can't believe you said that. I'm like, no, man. You all right? You all right?
Yes.
Could you fight? I mean, could you date a UFC fighter?
Of course
I did.
You did?
I did. Okay. I have.
Did he have cauliflower ears?
Actually, no, he wasn't UFC. It was MMA.
Okay.
Which is kind of the same thing, right? Yeah, okay.
Mixed martial arts. Did he have cauliflower ears?
No.
Well, how would you have felt if he would have had cauliflower ears? Would you still give him a shot?
He no.
Look at the face, though. The jaw just dropped. Lord Jesus, the jaw just dropped.
She was like
the keloid ear. Is that what you mean?
No, not the keloid. Not the keloid.
No, yes, Adrian, yes.
No, the big, like the bumps and stuff on
it?
Yes.
At the top?
Yeah, the cauliflower ear at the top.
You know what? Her ear is fat. Like the keloid ear,
yeah.
No, the keloid is at the bottom, Butler.
No, brother. I know what she's saying.
Yeah, I'm not so like that. Yeah, I could have.
Butler. Could you date a woman with the cauliflower?
No.
And if I knew he was getting it from his profession, you know, I would be like, oh, baby, look at your ear. Let's put a hat on.
See? Now she wanna say you ain't accepted him for who he really is.
Nah, I wouldn't have been like that. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have been tripping off that.
You gotta go to the company.
I wouldn't have tripped. I wouldn't have been tripping off that.
Party and she want this man to wear a hat.
No, I wouldn't.
Because
ain't nobody. First of all, ain't nobody gonna.
You don't want to order earmuffs.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Cold, baby. It's
ain't nobody
degrees in the building. Hey, but go
listen. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing at the company meeting though. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him though. Because they know he about that action. They ain't gonna say nothing.
Man, I am not no MMA fighter or.
But you know,
what's the other one? What's the other one? Not
UFC.
And I promise you, I'm not just finna take no L. I don't give a damn. What you talking about? I know how to choke somebody out.
Oh man,
I was the only child. I didn't fought 3 people. I didn't win, but I was in it until I was.
Oh my goodness.
You know, Butler, it's different when you fight somebody who fight for a living.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing right there. That's a whole different thing.
I have fought someone who fought. When you say fought for a living, like trained fighters.
Yeah.
I respect them.
Martial arts.
Like listen, or even a
knock
boxer,
you out in one kick.
Even like a boxer. I've been around that. I'm gonna tell you. And I respect them. That's why I would be able to make it. Because I ain't be like, oh, I'm just gonna whoop this dude. I'm not gonna die. That's all.
Hey, yo, simplistic no was like prize worthy. That was amazing.
Well, I mean, you know, I do that out of respect for the other person too.
Hey, no. That
I don't want to cause no confusion.
That man said
no.
Because of the ear.
You want some of this too, old man?
No.
Because of the ear.
Well, you know, men and women are different. I like soft and supple things. I like delicate looking.
I think it'll be difficult.
Lean over and kiss on that, whisper in that cauliflower.
And you know what he gonna say? Huh? What you say? Can't hear out of that thing, man.
Stop it.
If you was cheese, I would have you smothered right now, girl. That cauliflower ear.
I'm gonna look up a cauliflower ear now because I need to know what it looked like.
Go ahead.
Don't bother you, yeah. Well, we had time, y'all. What's up?
Yeah, we had time.
Gotta go.
Say what? Hey, I won't. Go
what
ahead.
You trying to say?
Go ahead and get the comments before we get out of here. I don't want to cut people off.
Playmaker says Butler was like, I'm the protector. Hello.
Yeah. Hey,
in the class. I was like, say, man, you all right, man? I was in my I was out of control, man.
And he said, I need to know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, I was in college. I was man.
Are you okay?
I thought I was in.
I think that's a normal question to ask somebody. You know, you see them coming around beat up all the time. You like, what's going on?
I had a concerning heart. Do we need to call someone? Man, some people in the class laughed. The lady, because he was a handsome guy, according to the ladies. So they were kind of swooning over him. But when he came with that black eye and that eye, and he kind of had that little bit of cauliflower going on. And then it was bleeding. And I was good. I'm like, okay.
Wait, the cauliflowers be bleeding?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they still got to do it. That's, if you watch it, some guys wear the ear guards,
and
which they should do.
Sometimes if you watch it like that, you'll see the ears bleeding while they fighting.
Man, I mean,
I done seen that, but dang, that's crazy.
I could play rugby. Because I used to play throw up tackle. We didn't play.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Throw up tackle.
What is that even?
What is that?
Tackle till you throw up?
No.
What does that even mean?
Come on, that boy really.
You from Wichita Falls? I need throw up tackles.
Yeah, we Northerners. I will know what that is.
How you know I still ain't on papers or something, man? Just saying I'm my hometown out there.
Man, you done said it. We done
said it 50, 11 times.
Yeah, it's like show 30. If you was on the run,
50, 11 times.
They need to quit. Whoever looking for you need to quit if you was on the run because you in the same place. Air Wednesday at 8:30.
Yeah, I don't like to call it. I don't like to call it the other name because I think it's politically incorrect to call it that. That's
cauliflower ear.
No, I'm talking about throw up tackle. What it is?
What is that?
I didn't play it in the street where, You
Only
playing
in
between
snow.
you playing between the cars. So we playing football, and it's sideline tackle is what I to give you an idea. You can only tackle if they're run on the sideline. And then I come from the generation where if you played and you didn't run on the sideline, you couldn't even play. Your
Oh,
reputation
because that means you was scary. That means you was being scary. You ain't want to
your
get tackled.
reputation would be ruined. Be ruined. You hear me?
So y'all was down there
and then just
messing each other up.
Man, Sandlot football. I used to play in a thing called a Turkey Bowl, best training facility ever in the history of sports. So streets would play each other in a Turkey Bowl, and it don't matter. It don't matter how many people out there. They divide them up, and we all get on there and play. So I'm gonna take a break, and they'll let other people play. No pads, no helmet, just out there, just getting it. It wasn't too much.
That's back in the day. You can't do that.
Absolutely.
Nowadays.
That's why we built
Oh
it.
my God.
I can say if it was an MMA fighter or a UFC fighter, it ain't just gonna be that. Pow, 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 he's knocked out. I'm like, nah, man, I've been knocked out before, and I had to fight families. I knew how to duck went, but it was too many of them, and then
the whole porch came down on you.
Say, man, they had me surrounded.
The whole porch said, "Hey,
I learned."
That's a big dude. That's a big dude.
Somebody knock on your door, and you don't see nobody. Don't step out. I'm telling you, I did. I'm like, dang,
they gonna come from around the house.
He was about 2 years older than me. Then what you gonna do now? His brother, his cousin. Whop! I just stole him and took off running. But I knew if I didn't stop and give them and put in a fight, my mama was gonna whoop me.
Sweat you.
Yeah. That's how we was. That's it was like you had to go fight. Yeah.
I had to come home. I got to give her a blow by blow. What happened? I was like, nope. I stopped and I boom swung. That dude kicked me in the stomach. I bent over. Kicked me in the face. And that was the last thing I remember. Luckily, they didn't. They didn't stomp me out, and I'm just thankful and grateful because favor bestows me. Even when it's bad, it's good with me.
Man, what a time! We grew up in a different time. These kids do not understand.
Yeah, that's why
they can't relate. They can't relate, man.
That's why I talk big mess, man. I walk big mess because I didn't been through big mess. Period.
These people show up and. Want to kill everybody, but who had something? They be like, "What happened?
I got a life hack. I got a gun.
Hell no,
I got a gun.
I'm gonna go to a supermarket and kill people who didn't have nothing to do with anything.
Jimmy and them won't be my friends.
Bully me in second grade. You know what? That's not funny. Let me stop.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, we'll
behave, brother.
And for anybody who's really suffered through that type of thing. Now my heart really goes. I'll be angry right along with you.
No, listen,
there's too many resources for people to be, shooting up stuff. If you was bullied and you got some problems, go talk to somebody.
Like I always say,
I don't really want to hear that.
It's a lot of people with kids who didn't even pass their driver's ed test. I'm gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna go walk off.
I'll let you.
That's it. I'm done.
Hey man, shout out to the viewers, man. Hey Ryan, Lexus Butler, the playmaker. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you. And my credit lady, appreciate you. Man, y'all always keep it funky.
Shout out Pastor Short. How y'all gonna leave Pastor Short out the mix?
Because I'm wrong. That's all I can say. And forgive me. I am wrong. I have wronged my brother Short. I should be purged.
Pastor gonna pray for you, okay? He got you.
My dude.
You are forgiven.
Yes, thank you.
Well, on that note.
Yeah.
On that note, y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us for another show. Man, what a conversation. This has been great. Thank y'all so much for coming, joining us, watching on all our social media platforms. Y'all know the routine. Follow us, comment, leave us DMs. Let us know what y'all thinking, what y'all think about the show, what y'all want to talk about. Follow the BS3 Network. Make sure y'all support the BS3 Network and all of the other shows that they have on the platform. Amazing content. You're bound to find something that you will like. So make sure you support. And as always, hit that like button, subscribe, share with all your people. Yeah,
That
yeah,
wonderful.
you got to do it. Okay. Share the love. If you like something, share it. Okay. If you like something, like it. We appreciate y'all. And y'all know where to find us. We here every Wednesday at 8:30, like clockwork.
Indeed.
And on that note, we love y'all. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
See everybody talking like they doing what we doing, but these brothers is red and they ain't moving like we moving.